Hey Grandpa, it's Christmas, your favorite time of the year. This year's Christmas is a little different than last year because everyone's still in lockdown. And because of this, I wasn't able to visit you in the morning. I'm really sorry. I hope you're not mad. It just doesn't feel right without seeing you on Christmas. I still remember that you will always make a big fuss on how all of us have to decorate the Christmas tree with you on Christmas Eve. Not a few days or a few weeks earlier, but on Christmas Eve. I still remember how I would always complain about it, but just went on and on about how that was what brings our family together on Christmas. Well, it sure didn't just end there. Because you made it a so-called tradition for all of us to listen to you telling the story of the birth of Jesus, and always without failing, you wouldn't allow us to end the night without pulling out the big old photo album. You always found joy in picking out embarrassing photos of us, and we would always have a great laugh about them. But I would always leave when I get a text from my friends, and you would pretend to be fine with it. You would always let me off with a smile as you held back your sadness. And then there's Christmas Day. On every Christmas morning, you would always wake me up for morning prayer and devotion, but that has never happened. You would knock on my door, wait for a reply, but I would just ignore you and go back to sleep, leaving you alone on Christmas morning again. But you've never complained about it. Oh yeah, Grandpa, do you remember my Christmas cake? Everyone loves my Christmas cake, and you love it the most. I would always have to hide them from you, or else we would both get a huge scolding from Mom. But then, you still somehow got into it, without her knowing. Don't worry, I won't tell her your secret. Your secret is safe with me. And to end Christmas, you would always tell me stories of how you used to spend Christmas with Grandma. I hope you guys are having a great time with Jesus in heaven, both you and Grandma. I really miss both of you. I love you. Love, Shane.
Christmas really hurts this time, 'cause you're not here to celebrate with me. Tears fill my eyes and memories flood my mind as I place your ornament upon our tree. Although this year I have a broken heart, it gives me hope and joy as I remember where you are. Got your picture in the frame and a stocking with your name. Oh, God knows it's been hard letting go, and I can bring you back, but I'll see you again, and all that thought is healing to my soul. I'll miss making angels with you in the snow. I still break down, grieving that we're apart. But the sweetest gift is knowing where you are. You're with the Son of God. And I know how much this season was your favorite time of year. You love to help us decorate our tree. But now that you're with Jesus, can't imagine how you feel. 'Cause he's the one who bled and died upon the tree for you and me. You're with the Son of God. You're with the Prince of Peace. You're with the one we're celebrating. And that thought amazes me. Sometimes I still break down, grieving that we're apart. But the sweetest gift is knowing where you are. Yes, the sweetest gift is knowing where you are. Yes, the sweetest gift is knowing you're in his arms. You're with the Son of God.
Christmas is a season of hope, because that means 2020 is ending. All jokes aside, we faced many challenges and disappointments this year. Still, we can find rest and hope in God as we reflect on this year and look forward to next year.
The one thing I learned about myself this year is to complain less and be more grateful. During the pandemic, a lot of people lost their job, and the fact that I still have my job, I still have a roof over my head and food on the table, I as a person should complain less and also, be grateful of the things that I have now. So that's the one thing I learned about myself this year.
One thing I learned about myself this year is to always trust God no matter what the circumstance.
Hi. My question is, what have I learned about myself this year? Shockingly, I learned that I was lacking faith in God. I realized that I was relying too much on my own strength instead of fully depending on God. It was due to a recent event that made me realize that. With no prior IT background, I had constant assignments coming my way that were too difficult for me to handle. And God, in the end, pulled me through. He helped me complete each and every one of my assignments. The reason why I say I was lacking faith is because before this wonderful news, I spent a lot of time stressing and worrying, to the point where I lost sleep. I had nightmares. I would wake up in the middle of the night to constantly check up on my assignments. And that's not how someone who fully depends on God should behave.
Something I've learned about myself this year is that I cannot stay locked up. I just cannot. But I've also learned that I'm actually able to pick up new skills and hobbies, and that's not too bad.
One thing I learned in 2020 is that I learned how to be more comfortable with being by myself, and I learned how to enjoy being alone, because everyone's alone this year, kinda. Yeah.
So the one thing that I learned about myself this year is to not take my health for granted, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and to always remind myself to take breaks in between work, because That's important. Yeah.
Hey guys, so the question I got was, what is my main goal for next year? I think my main goal has always been to be a better person, not just in my career, but in every aspect of my life, and that includes my walk with Christ.
Hello, I'm Jared, and my main goal for 2021 is to finish my applications to do a master's in history and hopefully get accepted to a university to do that. I hope to complete my master's in history eventually and become a professor teaching in college or university. So that's my main goal for 2021.
My goal for 2021 is to actually get education by the end of the year. Okay, joke aside, a serious one. My goal for 2021 is actually the same for every year, is to be a better person in every area of my life, to be much more patient and gentle, to show God's love to others, to shine for Christ, and to play a much better role in every role that I have.
Okay, so my main goal for next year is to just do more, because I know that this year I've done a lot more than I did in previous years combined, but I feel like I want to do more in terms of like progressing further. It doesn't just have to be about like, you know, earning money. It can just be anything, something that I can, you know, at least grow and learn more about it. So I think that's really my main goal.
So my question is, what is my main goal for next year? And my main goal for next year is to read the Bible every day and to grow stronger spiritually with Christ.
Hey guys, so my main goal for next year will be to come back safe and to be with all of you again.
My main goal next year is to be a good student and to pass my exams.
My main goal for next year is to get healthier and stay healthier.
So my main goal next year is to learn more about myself and read the Bible more.
Hello, how are you guys? Well, the one thing I want to say to you guys is I hope you guys continue to stay safe and everything. And if you ever stress about anything else, like if you worry about your grades or anything, I recommend that you read the word, you know, you read especially Psalms. Throughout my tests and my exams, reading Psalms really helped me because it's kind of a way to there's another way for God to communicate like to you, like saying like, oh, don't worry about things. He will protect you from any form of harm and from any form of evil and not. So continue to stay safe, and I hope to see you soon.
Hope we see each other very soon. Miss you guys very much. Merry Christmas.
So my question is, what is one thing you want to say to the rest of us for Christmas? The one thing I want to say to you guys is Merry Christmas and Jesus loves you.
Merry Christmas, hope to see you soon.
Merry Christmas.